Let's now discuss just what the rebels hope to learn there with Benjamin Schett. He's an independent researcher and contributor to GlobalResearch.ca. Now, Mr. Schett, just how much can Syrian rebels who are saying they're trying to unite Syria learn at the hands of the KLA, which made its name by splitting up a nation?
I don't think that the Syrian insurgents could learn that much in questions of military actions from the KLA, because the so-called Kosovo Liberation Army, this terrorist group, had in fact already been defeated by the Serbian army in August 1998. After that, the then Yugoslav President Milosevic agreed on a ceasefire and pulling back troops and letting OSCE observers into the country. However, the KLA used this situation in order to intensify their attacks, provoke counteractions from the Serbian side. And at the same time, they managed to present themselves as the innocent ones and the freedom fighters and the victims and the Serbs as aggressors to the Western media, and which finally provoked a Western intervention in March 1999 after the staged fake massacre in Raqqa.
So what are the rebels there for, if not for the knowledge of fighting?
It might be knowledge in PR, public relation techniques. The KLA was not effective in fighting, but they were definitely effective in making the Western public believe that they would fight for a justified cause. But in fact, as we know, the KLA is about the KLA. We can only say the worst things that could ever be said about the terrorist groups. They caused ethnic violence. They killed also their Albanian opponents. They are involved in organ traffic, in human traffic, in drug traffic. And if that's a picture for the Syrian insurgents, then I think it doesn't leave any questions open about the characters of the Syrian insurgents.
Schett, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but by learning bomb-making skills and terror tactics, I mean, how is that going to impact the rebels' cause? Isn't it supposedly based on democracy and free speech? That's what the Western media make us believe, and to be fair, I have to say these insurgents do not represent the whole Syrian opposition, because there is a civilian opposition within the country as well, which stands for dialogue with the al-Assad government and peaceful transition. However, the armed insurgents are being presented as Democrats and freedom fighters in the West, although they are in fact linked to Muslim Brotherhood and Al-Qaeda, Salafi groups and other extremists, but because they fight against the al-Assad government, which is an ally of Iran, and in the way of Western geopolitical interests. Mr. Schett, I'm sorry, but we are running a little short on time. I just finally want to ask you very briefly, what choice do the rebels have if they're really unable to stand up to the army? I mean, isn't guerrilla warfare, as dirty and as bloody as it is, really the only choice left? Unfortunately, yes, because obviously they would not be able to win the war against the Assad government in a fair fight. So they will try some kind of hit-and-run strategy and provoke counteractions by the Syrian army, and then the Western TV cameras will show up and present the counteractions of the Syrian army as aggression against their own people, and hopefully Russia and China will stay strict in the Security Council and otherwise in order to prevent Western military intervention. All right,
because
Benjamin Schett, sorry, the independent Swiss-based researcher and contributor to GlobalResearch.ca. That's all the time we have. Thank you.